Hi guys, this is Hedge from Result Based Training South Melbourne. Today we're going to do a kettlebell swing technique video and also a kettlebell get-ups. Hopefully you can take on something from this video and swing it better. Alright, let's talk about a kettlebell swing first. I'm going to give you guys 3 main important tips that you have to make sure that you're doing it during the swing. Number 1 is your neutral positions on your back. You have to make sure that your back is not rounding and is in the neutral position all the time. Number 2 is hinging back. You need to learn how to hinge back like you're doing the RDL movement. You want to make sure that when you come up, you want to thrust your hips forward and squeeze your gluteus muscle as hard as possible. Number 3, you want to make sure that your feet planted to the ground at all time. We want to minimize any dorsiflexions on your feet by lifting your heels off the ground. To make it even better, you need to learn how to breathe. The biomechanical breathing match is really important in this movement. Every time you come up, you want to breathe out, and every time you go down, you want to try to take a breath in. It's very good movement if we know how to do this right, and it's not from your shoulders, it's absolutely from your hips and your glute thrust. Very, very interesting to learn. And it's very, very good to improve your strength and also your power. There's a lot of things, other things that you need to know, but these 3 main points, it's enough for you to make sure that you're doing it right. So just make sure you're neutral back, your hip thrust, and also your feet planted to the ground at all time. Alright guys, now we're going to move on to your kettlebell get-ups. There's 3 points that I want you to learn from this video, which is number 1, is to pick up the right kettlebell weight. Don't go too heavy with this one. At this point I want you to pick up a light kettlebell and just keep on practicing on it. Number 2, you have to do it in the slow movement. You can't rush this movement, and even if you master this movement, you will still have to do it slow. And number 3, you have to keep on practicing and practicing and practicing. As you know, practice makes perfect, and from there we're going to move on. Now, this is the 7th step that you have to follow in terms of mastering your kettlebell get-ups. Number 1, pick up the kettlebell off the ground in this formation. Number 2, you're going to repeat the same thing. Now you're going to get onto your elbows and go back to the baby position. Number 3, you're going to get onto your hand after you get onto your elbows. And then you're going to go down and get back again to this baby position. Number 4, you're going to get onto your elbows, hands, and then thrust your hips up off the ground. Back to the baby position. Number 5, elbows, hands, hips up, and bring your knees back. Back to the baby positions again. Now you're going to go to your number 6, pick up the kettlebell off the ground, onto your elbows, onto your hand, hips up, knees back, and get your upper body off the ground. Now you're going to get back to this last one position. Now you're going to go to the full range of Turkish get-ups, back onto your elbows, onto your hand, hips off the ground, knees at the back, strengthen up your upper body, stand up while your eyes looking at the kettlebell at all time. Now remember, you want to practice this and keeping your eyes looking at the kettlebell at all time. You want to make sure that you keep on practice this guy. It's pretty simple. Again, you want to make sure that you're going to keep the weight light and don't go fast while you're practicing it, and try and keep on trying, and you'll get it eventually. Good luck and all the best.